Hey guys, it's me, Val, truth be told. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before I start, I hear a weird noise. Yes, this. Can I just show you this toy? It's a free download. It's a spirit app. And this is what Alan Vinnicome is using to contact the dead. So we know the channels. I'm going to ask it a question. What do you think of Alan Vinnicome? Let's see what it says. The amount of channels out there that do have ghost busting clouded. Can you see that? Could be the wrong way around. It said, I said, what do you think of Alan? And he said clouded. So there we go, Alan. Do you know what? Any single word that this brings up, you can actually make a narrative out of it, which is really, really sad. I will be putting in some screenshots whilst I'm chatting, but this app that is free, you can actually upgrade. I haven't upgraded it because I'm not going to waste my time. It actually says that, I was coming up with another word. You know, we could have so much fun. But when I'm saying Logan, who's Logan? Oh, Logan Paul. Wonder what he's doing. Oh my God. Do you know, I'm going to turn it off because it's actually distracting. The fact that it's only a toy, it's not really functional. I'll put the screenshot up here. It's not functional for what, you know, it's a toy. Let's put it that way. Age 9+, okay. Now, if we watch these channels that you see, really professional Ghostbusters, you know, spirit box hunters, all the voice things, I don't even know what half of them are. They have equipment that costs thousands of pounds, and still they struggle to figure out whether what they're getting is true. You know, they have these spirit boxes, they have this equipment, they have these heat things that catch people in the corner of rooms and things like that, and they cost a fortune. Alan Vinnicome, you are basically destroying lives. You've destroyed one family, the Rzuceks, which is again why I have this channel here, because I want to support the Rzuceks. You have about 3 different channels going now. You're trying to gain as much money as you can. We're not stupid. We know this. You're trying to get your 3rd channel monetized. You're trying to get more 4,000 views and this, that, the other. You know, you've tried absolutely everything from porn breathing and into the video camera where people are doing some weird things in showers to your voice, which I find very strange. You've had fairy stories. You've done crime. You're literally trying to find a niche. You know, you're a man of many unprofessional skills, let's put it that way. You are a Del Boy, as I've said in another video. So the fact that now you're trying to do this is disgusting, because, you know, you call your channel an entertainment channel, and I've actually said this before. You can't really mix crime, comedy and entertainment, because it doesn't really go, because the crime you're talking about has broken hearts, has broken families, has really traumatic experiences that would knock anybody off their feet. And for you to blend those things together is firstly pretty disgusting. Secondly, you're actually, if you're going to make fun and do this stupid toy, play with it with people from a long, long time ago. Do it with people that don't, you know, have any relations left on this earth. You know, people like Al Capone, like Charlie Chaplin, people like that. You know, try and get a niche and just do it. I mean, I'm trying to give you some advice here, but I'm not going to take it. But hey ho, I'm hoping that maybe your subscribers might click onto this video and see some kind of sense in what I'm saying. To start doing these EVP, these things and this spirit box that you're doing on people that are so recent. You know, Elisa Lam, that's recent. Her parents are still around. And what you're doing with her is just disgusting. You're making up controversial stories already on that case. You know, you've done Amy Winehouse, or is it Amy Whitehouse? You haven't even got her name correct.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Well, a sad story of Amy Whitehouse. Let's see what the spirit box says. We've got words coming up. That's why we just chat through. First word coming through for Amy is drift. I wonder. her soul was drifting. Maybe she's drifting now. Maybe she can't. Perhaps you could tell me who you want next. Hitler. Oh my God, can we do Hitler? Oh, we've got a new name. We've got a new thing. Army. It's only one letter out of Amy, right? Well, that's spooky. Amy Winehouse, and the word comes up, maybe misspelled Amy with an R.
The people, there is a comment which I'll put up here underneath saying she was my friend, and you're just basically, you know, somebody's commented who knows or knew Amy, and you're being very disrespectful. You've got Robin Williams, Robert, as you call him, Robert Williams. He's still got family around. You know, if you're going to do something like this, that's the difference with you and other people, because you always talk about how, oh wow, other people do it, why are you stopping me? The intent that you're using and the context that you are doing all this in has another meaning. It's, see, the people on other channels that are doing this type of stuff, they do it with respect. You know, they don't take the mick. They don't play with silly phones that aren't even plugged into the wall. You know, 1 minute you're talking about, oh, this is just a parody. I'm doing a parody of talking to Amy Winehouse. And then it's not a parody when you don't want it to be a parody. So you have to make your mind up. The fact also is that you've been, excuse me, the fact that you've also been striking people who are doing parodies of you. And if anyone deserves a parody, you do. So you've been striking people who are doing parodies of you, and yet you're now doing parodies of other people. You're doing parodies of D.A. Rourke. You know, you're doing parodies of people who have put a lot into their world. They've put a lot into the community. They've built their lives up to be a service to this world. Whether they're a policeman, whether they're a detective. You've got Dave Broomover. I can never say his name. The man has got PTSD, Alan. The man is suffering. The man's quit. The Chris Watts case threw him and knocked him over the edge. And the fact is that all of you people out there, you, the KKs, the Lanas, you know, you're making it worse. The man cannot stand the fact that the case that they've been through, the case that's made them, destroyed them, you and other people are now taking the mickey out of. And the fact, Alan, that you're taking the mickey out of these people who have done good in this world. What have you done? What have you put into this world? Just tell me. Nothing. Nothing. These people have built their lives up to protect people. They've built and they've gone into careers that are hard, that are helping the community. You're just antisocial. You do antisocial things. You've done nothing. You play with cheap toys and try and get these, you know, the words that you're getting. I've been playing with mine, and sometimes whenever I turn it on, I get the same repeat words continuously. It's a toy that literally has about 1,000 words in it, and it also, when a word comes up, it makes a moaning sound like it's a ghost. You are destroying families with this. You have no morals, no principle. There's nothing in your head that tells you, I can't do this. And the fact that you ask, you put a poll up, should I do a spirit box of Shanann? That threw me over the edge. Are you trying to destroy families? Are you trying to destroy Frankie? Because you're going the right way about it. Alan, if you want to make money, can't you make money in a different way? Can't you make money a little bit more with your morals and some values? Oh, sorry, you don't have those, do you? Stop. Because I know what's going to happen. You are going to get some stupid words up on the screen when you're trying to communicate with Shanann. Is it going to be a parody, or is this going to be real? Mind you, you're using exactly the same devices, the same phone, the same computer, the same spirit box and everything for your parodies and your real ones. So we don't know the difference between them anymore. It's just what you decide to call them on the day, isn't it? If a word comes up when you're talking to Shanann, which if you do, I'm restraining myself from breaking the knockdown rules. I tell you what, because if a word comes up, like the word curtain, for instance, you will make, oh, God, I tickle your eye. You will make a narrative out of that. Oh my God, Chris must have been waiting behind the curtain when she came home. You will take that and you will run with it. Like you did with the pixels. all those stupid pixels. You stare at a pixelated screen for long enough, you will find something in it that looks familiar. And you're doing the same thing with words. You can't just keep, you can't just keep making narratives up. You're doing it with so many people. You're just making up, you're making conspiracy theories about the Elisa Lam case now already. And you've even said if her family want to contact you and you'll help them, God forbid they do. You've already destroyed one family. You're trying to destroy Dre O'Rourke. You're trying to destroy Tammy Lee. You're trying to destroy Frankie. You have gone around and you are destroying people left, right and centre. Because you see people as props. You see people as props to your life. An ends to a mean, or means to an end. That's it. And I'm getting wrought. You see people as a means to an end. Is literally just to have them do something for you so that you can gain. You've created a circus. You've created a kind of a series, like Friends or Breaking Bad or Dexter even perhaps. What you do is you do your breaking stories, you do, your breaking news. And then what you do is when your video's finished, you teeter. It's like the EastEnders. Doof, 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 doof. You live a duff duff moment, don't you? The English people will know what I'm talking about. It's a duff duff moment. So people have to join in the next time. You're creating characters, you're creating people, you're creating stories. You are creating your own little mini-series, And that's what you're doing. But what you're doing is also ruining families. You're destroying people. Duff, duff, duff. Tune in tomorrow. Let's see what happens to Chrissy. Duff, duff, duff. Will Blair be upset at her face being shown? Duff, duff, duff. Will Chris send me another quiz? Will I be able to duff, duff, duff? Join in for the next series. Alan, you might be thinking this is hilarious, but it's not. You're creating so many different stories between fact and fiction. Nobody actually knows which is fact and which is fiction anymore. And you just twist them around a lot and just play around with everybody else's lives. Alan, if people started playing with your family, if people started using your kids, Luke, your grandkids, in stories, going on YouTube and creating stories, especially if something, God forbid, happened to one of those family members of yours, you have to think like that, because that's called empathy. It's putting yourself in the shoes. I want you to think, and I've done this before, think about if you lost Luke. Think about how you'd feel if people made videos over and over again and then started using a cheap, toy to try and communicate with him in the spirit world from after his death. Using a phone that's not even attached to the wall. What would you feel? Nothing? Or would you feel upset? Because that's called empathy. If you feel upset, then try and put that hurt that you're feeling into the head and the heart of the Rzuceks. But I don't know if you can do that, because that means you've got to have some kind. The software's missing. You see, the software. They haven't downloaded it. When you were born, you weren't downloaded properly. That's basically what it is: a lack of empathy, compassion, respect, remorse, care, love. It's not downloaded. You missed that cue, didn't you? You create the baddies. You create the goodies. You just. People are props. People are in your life just to make your life better. Sod what happens to them. And the fact that if you do this Shanann thing, you are pushing your boundaries. And you know what? And I've said this on a stream last night. You might be safe now, and this is not a threat. This is not a threat. But you do realise that people can't travel around because of lockdown. And you're safe now because people can't really go 5 miles more from their homes. But Alan, when you're walking around the town where you live and people know who you are and know what you've done, do you not maybe worry that something's going to happen, that you're going to get abuse in the street, that maybe someone's going to, do something? I'm not trying to threaten. This is not a threat, because the next time he does a video, it'll be, truth be told, started to threaten me in her videos. I'm warning you that this might happen. Alan, think about it. You're living in cloud cuckoo land. You're in a fantasy world of your own, but you're dealing with real people. It's not all fiction. It's not all fantasy. It involves pain. You're void of every human trait that it takes to belong in this world. The things that you do, Alan, people like you in the olden days would probably be swinging back and forwards with that jacket that makes you hug yourself with the buttons and the zips down the back. You know those kind? Where you got the padded walls? The fact that you're talking to yourself and you're trying to get the dead from a child's toy. If a 9+-year-old can use this, a 9-year-old can use the app that you're using. I mean, that just shows how simply and how ridiculous and how, you know, I think I've said my bit. But I am very upset and very angry with what you're doing, Alan. A lot of people are. I'm not the only one. You must be one of the most hated people on YouTube. How do you live like that? How do you deal with that? How do you wake up in the morning and it not worry you that you're going to wake up to another load of videos taking the mick, exposing you, showing all your lies, all your porn searches, the fact that, you know, you've done so many bad things to so many people. But it will come and bite you on your backside. You're not safe. You will get bitten on your arse. Big time. So guys, I think I'm done. Don't use Shanann to make money. Don't use the girls as a meal ticket. It's blood money, Alan. And anybody watching this, we're not trolls. We're people who care about the Rzuceks. The thing is with Alan, if we aren't trolls and we're good people, what does that make him? So we have to be the opposite of him. Because obviously Alan, if he's the good, then we have to be the bad, don't we? There has to be two oppositions in the world. So that's why we're the trolls. That's why we're bad. That's why we're the baddies and he's the goodie. You know? Guys watching this, make your own minds up. Please research anything before you know, you're giving money to Alan. You're enabling Alan Vinnicome to abuse people. And you're enabling Alan Vinnicome to keep drinking, because that's what he uses. His cups and coffee cups aren't filled with coffee because he'll be drinking them 3 hours later. I couldn't drink cold coffee like that. Maybe he does like cold coffee. But you're enabling him to play poker, which is bad for his heart. So guys, you know, you're enabling him to do things that the doctors told him not to do. Really, please, just watch his videos. Just take your money away. See what happens. You take your money away, you stop paying him, you stop going to Patreon, and he won't want to do the job anymore because he's not being paid for it. A lot of people that do crime, a lot of people that, like me, do narcissist channels and things like that, we do it because we want to. We do it because we care. We do it because it's our passion. And as long as we gain something out of it for the other person and not for ourselves, that's the most important thing. Whereas you, Alan, you just want to gain for yourself, so you don't really care who you hurt in the meantime. So, guys, please, if he's doing that, Shanann, have some respect for Shanann. Please don't pay him. Patreons, please just try and think of Shanann. You all keep saying that you know, you care and you think that he cares about Shanann. He obviously doesn't. The thing is, he'll do this on Patreon, guys, and then he'll do it the next day on YouTube. So you're paying him $10, $15, $5, whatever, or pounds, and he's going to play it the next day anyway. So you're wasting your money. You're feeding him with money. You're feeding his supply. You're feeding his ego. You're feeding his narcissism. Just all say no, that you don't want him to do Shanann. Please. Don't let him break anyone else's hearts. Don't let him destroy anybody else's family. Guys, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.